Hello everyone, can you guys hear me? Am I audible? Can you guys hear me? Can you please confirm if you are able to hear me? Am I audible? Please put that into the chat. Am I audible? Just give me like 1 minute, people, and we'll get started. Just give me like 1 second, people. Perfect. So I think we are all set, and I can see your comments that you can hear me. Love you, Sakib. It's so wonderful to see that not only people from the India but from across the globe, people have been watching the content, and it gives me a huge delight. So I'm enough pumped up to make sure that I go and bring the more and better content each and every day. So in the last session, we were solving one problem on the lead code. How many of you have been able to solve that problem, people? And if not, we'll do that now today. I will take that first problem. We'll do that post this. I have not had the dinner yet. We'll do that after this session. Uh, I was busy in the work, and after the work, this is what I'm doing with you people. So can you guys please tell me if you have been able to solve the previous problems? Solve किया है पिछला problem आप लोगों ने? Please put that into the comments. Meanwhile, I'm just doing the setup so that you guys are all set. केशव, यहाँ पे आपने mistake कर दिया. I have left physics wala. I am no more teaching in physics wala, but no worries. I feel wherever you are studying, make sure that you're doing justice to the course. And as far as the data science is concerned, I'm planning to bring it again on the Aimers. So I have left physics wala because of certain reasons. I have started my own company called as Aimers.ai, where I'll make sure that the courses are the best in the world and more affordable than any place. Perfect. Cool. Let's get started quickly. So let's quickly talk about the previous question that we are solving in the last session. Let me quickly share my screen, and you guys let me know if you're able to see my screen. Okay. So let me quickly share my screen. Hello, can you guys hear me? I'm perfectly audible and visible, right? Great. So let me quickly share my screen. Cool. So in the today's session, what we'll do is that we'll continue solving the problems on the arrays. Now let me bring my pen. Right. So we continue solving the problem on the arrays, sir. And we have been doing the same the last session also. So let's quickly go through the last problem that we have been solving. So if I go and open my Chrome, so let me right click and open the Chrome, and let's try to see that what problem that I was solving the last, right? So the last time, I think this was the problem which I told you people to solve as an assignment. What is the problem saying? Let's quickly see that. Let's quickly do that. I'm here. Let me go and minimize this a little. And let's scribble. Perfect. So the question was remove duplicates from the given array. So let me quickly go and do a quick revision of the problem. The question says that you have been given a sorted array, right? We have to focus that the array that has been given to me is sorted. And it also says that you have to go and remove the duplicate. So basically this will be an array which is sorted and will have the duplicate elements. Let's read through the problem. The problem again says that given an integer array, it means that this array will comprise of negative or positive whole numbers. Sorted in non-decreasing order, it means that the values are incrementing. Remove the duplicates in place such that each unique elements appear only once. So all the duplicates element which is present in the array, what we need to do is that we have to go and remove all of those so that each unique element is appearing only once. The relative order of the elements should be kept the same. Fair, okay. Then return the number of unique elements in number. So whenever you read the question like this on the lead code, always try to highlight in your mind at least that what are the important parts. What are the important parts in these questions? The important part in this question is that first of all, it is sorted in the non-decreasing order. Array comprised of integers. And I have to remove duplicates in place. What is the meaning of in place? It means that I can't use extra storage. I cannot go and make use of the extra storage. That's the meaning of the in place. And another important thing is that when you're removing the duplicate, it is also trying to say that when you do, sir, don't change the relative order of the elements. Don't change the relative order of the elements. And after doing this, what I have to go and return? I have to go and return the number of unique elements present in the given sorted array, which might have the duplicates. Fair enough. Now to better understand the problem, let's try to see a few examples which is given here. Okay. So let's talk about this example. Let's talk about the first example. So let me go and copy this array and then put that on my sorry. Yeah, let me go and put it here. So if you see this array, sir, this is an array which is sorted. Fair. And this also has a duplicates 1, 1, 2. So the problem is trying to tell me that whenever you have this kind of array, make sure that you remove all the duplicates and keep all the unique elements in the beginning. So unique elements will be 2 and this duplicate you can keep in the right. So the first 2 elements, this is unique. And then I have to go and return the count. So how many elements are unique in this case? The value will be equals to 2. Let's try to take another example. Let's say that my input looks something like this: 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 4. This is my array. And in this array, if you see here, these are the duplicates, these are the duplicates, these are the duplicates, right? So what the question says to us is that in this array, what I should go and try to do is, I have to remove the duplicates. So all the elements which are unique, I should try to keep in the left, right? So I should go and bring 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the unique is in the left, and the remaining can go in the right itself. So remaining 1, remaining 2, 2, remaining 1, 2, remaining 1, 3, right? This can go in the right. So the first, these elements which is unique, I have to go and return the count of these elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I should go and return the count here as 5 as the answer. Am I clear with the question, people? Does it make sense to you guys? Am I clear with the question, people? Does it make sense? Let me see that in the mobile, what your people are pasting. Fair enough? Everyone is clear? So now what I need to do is that I have to go and try to find a logic to go and solve it. So how do I go and solve it? So let's take this example itself, right? Let's start with the first example itself, which says that 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 4. Now, if I know that this will be sorted, boss, and I also know that if I start from the left, sir, if I start from the left, let's say that I start from this number, and if I still go and get this value same as this has to be somehow moved to the right. And then this number has to be brought to the left. Does it make sense? And then again, after when I come here, if I go and say that the same, it has to be somehow moved to the right. This has to be somehow moved to the right, and this number has to be moved to the left. So in this entire problem statement, what we need to do, I need to move duplicates to the right, and I have to move the unique to the left. Now, what if the question used to say that it is not in place right now? Right now, the question has a constraint that you cannot use extra space. Extra space is not allowed. What if the question would have said to us that, boss, go and make use of extra space? You are free to use that. If this was allowed to me, let's try to see how we would have solved the problem. If the extra space was allowed and the problem is like this 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. And let's say that the question, the interviewer has said that you are allowed to use as much loop as possible. And then you are also allowed to use an extra space. So what I would have done is that I have divided another new array like this. And what I do is that I start from here. And I have to see if 0 is present anytime throughout this array. Right? So what I do is that if I'll have to do it, I start from here and I go and put 0. Then I move to the next. If this is different than the previous one, then I go and jump it. Otherwise, I go and ignore. Again, I come here. I see that 1 is different from the previous one. So I go and set the value 1 here. Then again, the same as previous, I don't do anything. Again, same as previous, I don't do anything. Again, I move. Different from the previous, I go and set the value in this new. Again, same as the previous, I don't do anything. Again, different from the previous, I go and set the value 3 here. Same than previous, I don't do anything. Different from the previous, I go and set the value. And this is how I can go and get the array with the unique elements. And go and get the array with the unique elements. How can I write the code for this? This will be very simple. So if I go and open my code, and this is today's code, I go and find that, I go and find the function called as function. Right? Let me go and define this function called as function remove duplicates. And I have this array. What I could do is that I go and define a new array. Let new array equals to this. And then I go and iterate over it for I equals to 0, I is less than array dot length, I plus plus. And I go and say that if, and I can always, if I can always go and push the first element into this new array dot push, and I can go and say that array is 0th element. And I can always start from the first element, 1. If array I is same as array I minus 1, then what I should do, I should go and continue. Right? Else, what I should do, if that is not the case, I should go and push into the new a dot push, and I should go and push array I. Right? And then finally, once it is done, then I should go and return new array. Fair enough. Let me go and copy this code and see how this works. Right. So let me go and copy this code here. And let's try to do a dry run quickly, quick dry run of this. So if I go and put this here, and let's try to try them. Let me go and call this function like this. Remove duplicates. And I go and call the function like this: 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. Fair enough. So as soon as I go and call it, typically my array is what? Array is equals to 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. So what is my new array? New array, I go and say that it's a, in the very beginning, what I do in the case of the new array, I go and set the value at the 0th index. This value will be set as 0. Okay, like this is the setup. And then what I go and do, I am calling this loop. In the loop, I always go and try to see that I am starting from here and I'm comparing these two values. If they are same, I don't do anything. If they are different, then I push it. Then I again compare these two. 0 and 1 different, I go and push 1. Then I compare 1 and 1, do nothing. 1 and 1, do nothing. 1 and 2, I go and push 2. Then again 2 and 2, nothing. 2 and 3, I go and push 3. 3 and 3, I do nothing. 3 and 4, I go and push 4. So these are the unique elements. So this is how I go and do if I am allowed to do the space. So in this case, I have the space complexity. Space complexity is also order of n, and time complexity is also equals to order of n. And it becomes a simple problem. But then if you are trying to apply for any good product-based company, they will put a constraint that, boss, you are not allowed to use any space. Is this still point everyone clear? Is everyone clear till this point, guys? Does it make sense to you people? Please put that into the chat. Is this problem, if you have to go and solve using the space, will you be able to solve it? Is it clear to everyone? Crystal clear? Now the trick is, I have to solve this problem, but I cannot make use of the additional space. So I have this problem set. But I'm not allowed to use extra space. Do you guys have any suggestion on what we can do? Any thoughts, any ideas? Kya kare? In our previous session, we talked about a very important concept called as a two-pointer approach. I told you that in a problem, if the question is of array and it applies sorting, if the question is on the array and if it applies sorting, you should at least once try to make use of two pointers approach. Fair enough. So those people who are saying that from today I started watching Java, you are having problem. Tomorrow I am coming live for the Java session and we talk about the Java tomorrow. Today is the day for JavaScript, the most lenient programming language. So let's focus on the JavaScript. Very nice, Harsh Senha. What should be the thought process? So what we can do is, I have to go and apply a two-pointer approach. Let's define our array like this: 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and then I have 4. I keep two pointers. I keep one pointer called as a left, which is at the 0th index. And then let me pick another pointer which is right, which start from this index. Fair. Now, in the case if both the elements are same, so in the case if array right left is equals to array right, if this happens, in that case you should do nothing and just make right to the positive direction. You just increment the value of the right. This is one situation. Or the another thing could happen is that array right is not equals to array left. If that happens, then what we should do is that we should increment the value of left and then swap the value at the left and the right. Let's try to see this with an action, right? So what I do first of all, left is here and right is here. So what I try to compare, I compare both are same. So nothing happens. So I go and increment the value of the right, right? So I go and increment the value of the right. So this right starts pointing to this position, right? Starts pointing to the 1. Now at this point, boss, we start comparing now these two values. I see that left value at the left is not equals to value at the right. It means that this condition is hit. So what I go and do first, I first increment the left. So first of all, what I go and do, I say that left now starts pointing to the next. So left has moved here. And then what I do, I go and swap these two values. So I have to go and swap these two. So if I go and swap this value, the new array which is formed looks something like this: 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 4. And at this point of time, my left is this, and my right would have shifted to the right, and right has become equals to this. Again, I try to go and compare, boss, this and two values does not make sense. So right further gets incremented. So I remove right to the further right. Then at this point of time, I again try to compare left and the right. Again, they are same, nothing happens, right? Because if this happens, nothing happens. The right is again moved further, right? So what I go and do, the right is now pointing to this. And at this point of time, I go and compare the right and the left again, which is these values. I see there now this condition is again hit where array left is not equals to array right. Whenever this happens, I first go and increment the left. So what I go and do, I go and remove this left, and the left starts pointing to one position to the right of the previous position. And then what I do, I go and swap these two values. So when I go and swap, the new modified array will look something like this: 0, 1, 2, 1, 1, 0, 2, 3, 3, 4. And if you see here some pattern, the unique values have started coming up in the left. And my left is this position, and my right now is this position. Again, I try to go and compare this value and this value, same. So this condition is hit. So what I'll have to do, I'll have to go and move the right to the right. So I take the right here. And again, I try to go and compare these two values. When I go and compare these two values, I go and see it's different. So the left has to be moved to the right first of all. So left becomes, the left is now pointing to the 1. And what I need to go and swap these two values. So if I go and swap these two values, the new modified array that looks like is 0, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, and then 0, and then 2, and then 3, then 1, and then 3, and then 4. And my right value is right now at this position, and my left value is at this position. Again, when I go and compare these two, both are same. So I go and increment the value. So right goes to the right. Finally, the right comes here. And I see here, both are different values. So I move this left here, and then I go and swap these two values. So finally, my array becomes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 0, 2, 1, 3, and 0. And at this point, I'm done with this entire array. And if you see the first, where my left is, at this point of the time, whatever my left is, where is my left? The left is right now pointing to this index. And from 0 till the left, these are the unique elements. So without using any extra space, I'm able to find and bring all the unique elements to the left of the array using a two-pointer approach. This is a very beautiful problem, sir. And that's again the beauty of a YouTube is, if you're not able to, if you miss the logic, you can always go back, watch it, but make sure that you're mastering this. This concept is going very important. You know, whenever you go and solve some tough problems, some tough level problems, the concept that we have used here, this is one of the advanced way of using the two-pointer approach. It will get applied in multiple concepts. So make sure that this is your diary problem. Every time I go and solve a good problem, I will say that's a diary problem. And diary problem, what do you need to do? Go and write this problem in a diary and try to repeat solving this every 21 days. Fair enough? Am I clear, guys? Does it make sense? Is everyone clear on this? Is everyone clear on this, people? Bolo. Fair enough? Shall I go and write the code for this one? Shall I go ahead and write the code for this, guys? Shall I go ahead? Let me see what you people are saying. Perfect. So let me go and quickly write the code for this. Let me go and open my Chrome. And here, okay. So let's directly write on the lead code itself and see if we are able to submit our answers. So what I go and do here is that let me go and write functions nums. And then what I go and do is that if nums dot length is equals to 0, then I just return 0 because then there will be no duplicates itself. Perfectly fine. And then I go and define let left equals to 0, and I go and write another loop for let right equals to 1. Right is less than nums dot length, and then I go and set that right plus plus. Fair enough. In the case if array left is not equals to array right, in that case, first of all, I go and I first of all go and increment the value of left. So I go and set that left plus plus. And after incrementing the value of the left, I have to go and swap left and the right. So I go and say that nums left should be equals to the array nums. It should be actually nums, no? It's nums. And this should be nums. Should be equals to the nums, right? And after all thing is done, then I should go and return left plus 1. Let's say to run this and see if this lead code problem I have been able to solve live. See, there's always a list solving problem live. It can go wrong, but I want to take that risk with you people so that we understand even if it goes wrong, how do we debug it? So if I go and click on this run, oh my God, it has been accepted, right? And if I go and click on the submit, we will see that it will be successfully submitted as well. Perfect, we have done it. And let me go and quickly copy this code and put that on my blackboard or whiteboard, whatever it is we go and call it. And this is the code, sir, that we have written. Right? Let's try to do a quick dry run of this, and this should be our practice every time we go and solve a problem. So let's say that I have a sample array which looks like this. The simple problem 0 occurring 2 times, 1 occurring 3 times, 2 occurring 2 times, 3 occurring 3 times, and then 1 4. In the very beginning, what we do, this is my nums array. In the beginning, left is equals to 0. It means that left is pointing to this point. Right is starting from the 1. So right is pointing to this point. I'm saying that only if the right left is not equal. Right now it's same. So I don't do anything. So I move to the next time. So the right start pointing to this. If this happens, then I should increment the value of the left. So left should start pointing to this point, and I go and swap these two values. And I go and do this converted into the, I'm not actually swapping, I'm actually putting this value here. So what happens? It becomes 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. And at this point of time, my left is here and my right is here. Again, both are same, does not happen. So right comes here. When it happens, what will happen? Left I'll increment. So left comes here. and then I go and swap these, I bring 2 here. So this gets changed to 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. And at this moment of time, my left is here and my right is here. Both are same, does not happen anything. I move to the again right. Now again these two are same, so this value will be moved to this position because I'll move left to the right. So this again becomes 0, 1, 2, 3, and then it becomes 2, and then 2, and then 3, and then 3, and then 4. And at this point of time, my left is at this index and my right is at this index. Both the value are same, nothing happens. I move right and then I go and put 2, 4 here itself. So this becomes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2, 3, 3, 4. And I am at this point of time, my left is at this position. So what I go and return, how many elements? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, which will be the whatever the left index plus 1. So this is my number of unique elements. This is my number of unique elements. How many of you have been able to understand this fully? Can you guys put that into the chat? How many of you have been able to understand this fully, people? Does it make sense to all you guys? Please put that into the chat. Please put that into the chat. Am I clear, guys? Does it make sense? Is it clear to everyone? Perfect. Very nice. So now let's move to another important concept in the case of the arrays. So far, we have been talking about 1D arrays, which is one-dimensional. It means that how we go and define array? We go and say that array equals to 5, 8, 9, 16, 20, 19. So this is an example of a one-dimensional array. But that's not the only form of the array which is available. Array might be more complex. It could be in multiple dimensions, 2-dimensional, 3 dimensions. So what is a multidimensional array? For example, if I go and define a 2D array. 2D array means that if I have a array inside another array. So for example, a 2-dimensional array might look something like this. This is an array of arrays 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you see this, if I go and define something like this, array equals to this is an array, this is an array, and this is an array, and this is comma separate. So this is what? This is an array of arrays. Fair enough. Does it make sense to you people? And if this is the case, if I go and try to print console.log array.length, what should be the value which should be output here, people? If I go and say that array.length, what should be the value here? Harsh Sinha, if you use a set data structure in this, what will happen is you will end up using extra space, which is not allowed. The value will be 3 only, because how many elements are there in this array? 1, 2, and 3. So the value will be equals to 3. Okay. And if I go and say that console.log and I go and say that array 0.length, what will be this value, people? What will this bring? So for all those people who are watching it for the first time, if you go into my channel name Vishwa Mohan, where you are right now, I have started DSA from the scratch. So what do you need to do? Please go and watch all the videos. Watch all the videos. Watch from the beginning. We are still quite early in the race. Easily, if you try to focus for a day, 2 or 3 days, you'll be able to pick up the pace. So I'll suggest that please do and watch it. I think it is going to benefit you a lot. Now coming back here, what should be the value here? Array 0.length. What should be the value? It's again value should be 0 is what? This array 0 is array 1, 2, 3 dot length, and its value will be again equals to 3. So this is an example of a multi-dimensional array. Let's say that if I have an array that looks something like this array, and inside this array, and then I have 1, 2, and then I have 3, 4, and then I have 5, 6, and then I have 7, 8. If this is the case, and I go and call it as array, what should be the value of array dot length? What should be the value of array 0 dot length? What should be the value of array 0 dot length? Can you guys put that into the chat? What should be the values of this? What should be the value of array dot length? What should be the value of array 0 dot length? And what should be the value of array 0 dot length? So array dot length is how many entries are there? 1, 2, 3, and 4. So array dot length should be equals to 4. What is array 0? Array 0 is this box. And in this array, there are how many entries? There's only entry 1. So this value should be equals to 1. And what is this array 0, 0? Array 0, 0 is this array called is 1, 2. What is the length of this? Length of this is 2. Shubham, am I clear? Does it make sense? I think you did a typo. Very nice avatar. And everyone, I think all of us are clear on this multidimensional array. Am I clear? This is the main thought that I want you guys to have before we start jumping to the problem. Everything else remains same. How do we go and solve in the single dimension? I think the same thing will be solved here also. So let's take a mathematics problem. And I go and say that, find the problem statement, say that transpose of a matrix. Again, matrix manipulation is one of the favorite topics for the people coming from the data science. Right? So a lot of implementation of the matrix you'll find in the DSA subject as well. So we have to go and find the transpose of a matrix. What is the meaning of the transpose of a matrix? Let's say that if I have a matrix that looks something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If this is a transpose matrix, right? Normally what happens, transpose, the rows becomes the column. So this is my row. In the case of the transpose, what will happen? This 1, 2, 3 becomes, this row becomes the column 1, 2, 3. And then it becomes 4, 5, 6. And this becomes 7, 8, 9. So basically in the transpose, what you do? The rows becomes column. This is the meaning of the transpose. Now the question says that, let's say that you have a two-dimensional matrix. Let's say that you have a 2D matrix, which looks like this. So you have an array of arrays 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What you need to do is that you have to go and convert that into the transpose. So 2-day array will act like a matrix. I have to go and convert that into the transpose. So then the new transformed array should look something like this. So if I go and do this, so this should be 1, 2, 3 should become, right? 1, 2, 3 becomes 1, 2, 3. And then it should be 4, 5, 6, and then it should be 7, 8, 9. So I have to go and find. So 2D matrix will go and 2D matrix is being represented by the 2D array. And I have to go and convert this array into its transpose. Is everyone clear what the meaning of the transpose is? When you go and change the rows into the columns in a matrix, I go and say that it's called as transpose of that matrix. Is everyone clear, boss? Devi or Sajano, Mitro, am I clear to you people? Can I know how to go and find the transpose of a matrix? Is everyone clear on this? People, put that into the chat. Is everyone focused? How do we do it? What should be the logic? How I go and programmatically solve this? How can I go and solve that programmatically? What should we do? So every time you get a new problem and you don't know, boss, that how do I go and solve the problem? What should be the logic? And normally it will not click you. So we always start from the ground zero. We should have some set rules. That's how our brain should start focusing. So we should start analyzing the problem. Let's try to analyze the problem. See, the whole purpose I'm teaching you the DSA is not just to tell you the answers, but how do we develop that thought process? How do we start thinking in that direction? How do I train my brain so that, I'm all set? How do I do it? That's the whole intention of these DSA session lectures when I do live. So let's say that I have a matrix which looks something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a matrix. And the transpose of that looks something like this. Transpose. If I go and do this, the transpose looks something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9. Fair enough. Now try to see the syntax of these two. So this is at the 0 index, 1, 2, and vertically also I can say 0, 1, and 2. Here also let me go and write it 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, and 2. Now let's try to see what is the value of 1. So one coordinate will be in the beginning will be 0, 0. 2 coordinate will be 0, 1. 3 coordinate will be 0, 2. It was the coordinate of the elements in the beginning. 4 coordinate will be 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. It should be 1, 2. Here it should be 2, 0, 2, 1, and 2, 2. Now let's try to see what happens in the case of the transpose. This 7 has a coordinate 0, 0. Am I clear? Does it make sense, people? Fair enough. This is 0, 1. This is 0, 2. Now this value is you're right, Bhargava. I think I have just messed this up, right? Let me know. I think you're right. I have just messed it up typically. Let me do this. I just written the wrong order. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it should be 7, 8, 9. Right? So the rows becomes the column. So typically one format will be 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 9, 3, 6, 2, 5, 8, and 3, 6, 9. Actually, I just wrote it in the wrong order, right? So all the rows, see, the column becomes the rows, right? And this row becomes the column. This is the transpose. And let's again start the same, right? 0, 1, 2. This is 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. This is 0, 1, 2. Now I'm going to try to find the coordinates of this. This 0 is 0, 0. This is 0, 1. This is 0, 2. This is 1 comma 0, this is 1 comma 1, this is 1 comma 2, this is 2 comma 0, this is 2 comma 1, and this is 2 comma 2. Same thing, let's try to go and find after the transpose. This is 0 comma 0 coordinate, 0 comma 1 coordinate, 0 comma 2 coordinate, 1 comma 0 coordinate, 1 comma 1 coordinate, 1 comma 2 coordinate, 2 comma 0 coordinate, 2 comma 1 coordinate, and 2 comma 2 coordinates. Now let's try to go and compare. Let's talk about the 1. 1, in the beginning the coordinate was 0 comma 0, and in the transpose the coordinate remains 0 comma 0. Let's talk about the 2. 2, in the beginning the coordinate was 0 comma 1, in the transpose it becomes 1 comma 0. Okay, let's talk about the 3. In the 3 the initial coordinate was 0 comma 2, and after transpose it becomes 0 comma 2. If I go and talk about 4, in the beginning the coordinate was 1 comma 0, in the transpose it is 0 0.1. So if you try to see the pattern, any element ij, if it has to have the transpose, ij coordinate will become ji coordinate. Can you guys see this? In order to go and find the transpose, the logic which we can apply is that I can go and swap the elements which are at the index ij and array ji. These two elements has to be swapped. If I go and do this swapping, I should be able to go and find the transpose of a matrix. Does it make sense to you people? Very nice, Bhargav. Is everyone clear till this point? So if I have to go and find the transpose of a matrix, what is the logic that I have to go and use? I have to go and swap the values at the ij with the ji. I have to go and swap the values of ij with the ji. Fair enough? Does it make sense? Does it make sense to you people, guys? Tell me. Does it make sense? Fair? So now let's try to go and write the code for doing this. So let me go and open my code. And what I do here is, let me go and call it as, I have to go and write a code which says that find the transpose of the matrix. So I go and call the function called as function, and then I go and say that transpose, and I have taken a matrix mat. Fair enough. Now what I'm going to do is I have to go through. So I will have a matrix. So if I go and see here, I will have some kind of matrix. I will have some kind of matrix equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So I have to go from each, I have to start from here. I have to come here, I have to come here, I have to come here, then again here, then here, then here, here. I have to go to each of the element. I'll have to go into each of the element. Okay, I have to go for the each of the element and try to swap it with the opposite index. So what I go and do here is, in this code, let me try to go and write the code for and I go and say that for let I equals to 0, I is less than array, this is matrix mat dot length I plus plus. What it will mean that this will help me go through all the rows of the matrix. This will help me go through the all the rows of the matrix. And then inside it, each row, I will have 3 more columns, right? I need to go and access that. So for that, I need to go and write another nested for loop, right? So for that, what I'll have to go and write the another nested for loop. So I go and say that for let j equals, now what should be the value of the j? From where the j should start? What should be the value of j? From where the j should start? The j value should start with I, and j value should be less than mat 0 dot length j plus plus. And then what I need to do, I need to go and swap the two values. So I go and say that temp equals to matrix ij, and I say that mat ij should be equals to mat ji, and then I go and say that mat ji should be equals to temp. I go and swap the values. And after doing this, this is what I have done, the transpose of a matrix. Let's try to run this code and see if it works. So let me go and define this matrix like this, mat equals to 1, 2, 3, comma 4, 5, 6, comma 7, 8, 9. And then I go and call this function call as a transpose. And I go and call this matrix. And after doing this, let me go and print this value, console.log, and this value as mat. Let's go and run this. Node arrays problem.js. And if you see here, my initial matrix was what? My initial matrix was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This was original, which you see from here. And this, what is printing? Is printing 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, and then 3, 6, 9. So I have got the transpose of the matrix. Am I clear, people? Am I clear, sir? Does it make sense? Bolo. Is it clear, guys? All well? Is everyone clear? Now, what I want you people to do is that here, I want you people to take a step and please go and do the dry run of this question. What I want you guys to do as a follow-up, try to do the dry run of this problem. Dry run of this problem. Fair enough? Cool. Great. Now, once we have solved this problem, let's try to tackle the another very important problem, which has been asked in almost all the FANG companies. Right? As I promised, we'll try to solve the FANG problems. So this problem has been asked in almost all the FANG companies and all the Chotu Motu companies also. And that question says that you have been given a matrix like this. Let's say that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And what you do is that you go and rotate this by 90 degree. Rotate this by 90 degree in the clockwise direction. Rotate this. So if I go and rotate this, how this will look like? If I go and rotate this, 1, 2, 3 will come here. Right? If I go and rotate this, 7, 4, 1 will come here. 8, 9 should come here. And 6 should come here and 5 should come here. Right? This is how it will happen if I go and rotate it by the 90 degree. Does it make sense? Let me visualize you people again. Let's say that if it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is my matrix. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to rotate it by 90 degree. It means this will go to here. The whole this will move here. This whole will move here. And this whole thing will come here. So what happens? This whole 1, 2, 3 comes vertical. This thing comes horizontal. This 9, 8, 7 comes here. And then 6 comes here, 5 here. This is how it gets rotated. And I say that this is rotated by 90 degree. Am I clear? Does it make sense? Is everyone clear how we have moved from this diagram to this diagram? Is everyone clear how we have moved from the position 1? This is my position 1, boss. And this is my position 2. How I have moved from the position 1 to the position 2. Is everyone clear? Hi, Anna. How do I go and solve it? How do I go and solve it? Let's try to analyze. Whenever you get a tough problem, you should not directly think, yeah, I should get the answer. You should think around that. What should be my approach? How do I think? How do I go and solve this problem? With all the knowledge that I already have. So let's see that, I have a matrix which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fair enough. My final outcome should be the rotated array. That should look something like this. 1, 2, 3, 7, 4, 1. It should be 7, 4, 1. It should be 9, 8, 7. And it should be 3, 6, 9. And this is 5. Right? It is 90 degree rotated. What one more concept that we already know? We already know what is the transpose. So if I have to go and find the transpose of this, the transpose might look something like this, which is this becomes 1, 4, 7. I write 2, 5, 8, and I write 3, 6, 9. I already know how to find the transpose. How to find the transpose, I'm already aware of. After 90 degree, this is my final result. Let's try to see if there's anything. Do you see anything related in this? Can you guys just think a little smartly and put that into the comments? What do you find the relationship between this and this? Do you see any relationship? Is any similarity is there? Put that into the chat if you find any similarity. What is the similarity between this and this? Can you find any similarity? Tell me. If you try to observe little deeper and compare this to this, 741 is basically the reverse of 147. 258 is basically the reverse of 852. 369 is basically the reverse of 963. Very nice. Very nice. So with this, I have got the logic to solve this very problem in a very simplistic way. So if I have a matrix and I have to go and rotate by 90 degree, what I need to do? First step is that I have to go and find the transpose of matrix, which we already know how to do it. And once we have done, I have to go and find reverse each row. When you go and follow these two steps, you should be able to rotate the matrix by 90 degree. If you're able to do this, you'll be able to rotate the matrix by 90 degrees. Is everyone clear with this concept? Devi or Sajano, are you guys all clear on this? Are you able to understand that how do we go and rotate the matrix by 90 degree? Am I clear? Please put that into this chat. So now let's go and try to solve this problem. To solve this problem, I'll go to my code. And here, let me go and define a function. What will be that function? So let me go and define a function called as function. Let me go and write this. Finding the rotating the matrix by 90. The question is rotate the matrix by 90 degree. Right. So I go and define the function. Function rotate by 90 and have this met. So I know that to solve this, I'll do it in the two steps. First, I'll have to go and find the transpose. And after transpose, I have to go and reverse each row of the matrix, which is a 1D array. To find the transpose, I already know the logic. So for finding the transpose, I'll just go and copy paste this code. So I'll go and copy this code, which we have already written. This is how I go and find the transpose of a matrix. And after that, I have to go and reverse each row of the matrix. So first of all, let's go and write a function to reverse. Function reverse array. How do we go and reverse an array? That's very simple. Let me go and define something called as let left equals to 0, right equals to array dot length minus 1. And then what I can do, I go and say that while left is less than right, I should go and swap the left part and the right part. So I should go and swap the left and right element. Now in the world of JavaScript, this is one of the short way. Instead of using a third variable, I can simply go and swap like this. I can go and say that array left, comma array right should be equals to array right, and then it should be equals to array left. Right? Array left, array right, array right, array left. Fair enough. And now what should I do is I'll have to make use of this function. So again, I go and iterate over this whole. So I can say that for let I equals to 0, I is less than, and I can say the mat dot length I plus plus. And what should I do? I equals 0, I is mat dot length I plus plus. I should go and call this function rev array, and I should go and pass mat I. So this will go and reverse each row of the matrix. Once it is done, let's try to make use of this function called as rotate by 90 degree. Let me go and call this rotate by 90, pass this matrix, run this. Let's try to go and run this code again. Now when I go and run this, that's not stopping. It means that there's something has gone wrong. Something has gone wrong. Let's try to go and see the code. So for seeing the code, if I have to go and find what is wrong, which has happened, I will have to go and do a dry run. So let me quickly go and copy this entire code. Okay. What has gone wrong is that when I'm trying to reverse, I'm not incrementing left and the right. So when I'm doing this, I'll have to, after swapping, I'll have to increment the value of the left. And I have to go and right. Here it was simple, so I was able to find it here itself. If not, I would have dry run and identified it, right? So now let's try to go and run this code again. And when I go and call it, this has again given me some error. It's printing 714 undefined, not working correctly. What has gone wrong? Let's try to now do a dry run to understand this. And I'm doing it all purposefully so that we know how to go and debug the question if it is not working correct. Okay. So let me go and copy this. Now, again, it's simple because I have just added additional syntax here. I was not able to, I don't need to do it because it's just appeared to me that this is where I went wrong. Let me go and try to run this again. And when I go and do this, I'm getting the right output here. 741852963. So my initial array was, if you go and see this, let's scribble. My initial matrix looks something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Once I would have found the transpose of this, which was my first step, then the transpose would look something like this: 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, and then 3, 6, 9. And then what I had to do, I have to go and reverse each row. Each row I had to go and reverse. So after reversing the first, it should become 7, 4, 1. Then it should become 8, 5, 2. Then it should become 9, 6, 3. And if you see here, my final output, which is here, it is also the same: 7, 4, 1, correct? 8, 5, 2, which is correct. 9, 6, 3, which is correct. So this is how we go and solve this problem, rotating an array by 90 degree. Now again, my request to you people is that you don't stop here. If you're a beginner, you are just getting started, make sure that this code that I have written, you're writing it yourself, write it. And after writing it, do a dry run, boss. Please do a dry run. I have done it multiple times and I want you people to do that. Cool. Shall I move to the next question? Do you guys still have energy left? Can I move to the next problem statement and try to solve it? Am I clear? Does it make sense? Now, for all the people who are saying that I should use, typically, ideally, what I'm planning is all the courses on the aimers, all the courses on the aimers. Now, on the day one, when it is getting launched, you might find the content is there in the English only. But for the no cost, for everyone, the course will also be available very soon in Hindi as well. So you're paying for a single course, but you get access to the two courses. Course one, which is in English, and complementary, you also get a course which is in English. So depending on which language that you prefer, you'll do that. Just like my YouTube channel, I have both English as well as English channel. On the English channel, I have started Java. On the English channel right now, I'm teaching the DSA in JavaScript. Now, my plans on this channel is that on both English as well as the Hindi, I'm planning to start a series on system design. And I'm planning to do things from the scratch from the data science. Next few days, you'll be seeing I'll be starting the streak where I'll start with Python, DSA, development, machine learning, deep learning, Gen AI, all the things you'll find on the both the channels. Both in English, both in Hindi. But the only thing for that is that I just need a little support of yours. Please try to share this channel in as many groups as possible. If you feel that I'm putting efforts, make sure that you're making those efforts feel counted. Cool, sir. Can we move on? So let's talk about the last question of the day. The last question of the day, and it's very, very, very special questions. And again, this question has been asked in all the companies. Google has asked us multiple times. Facebook has asked it. I was asked this question by Amazon in their interview. I was asked this question in Amazon. What is that question? The question says that spiral printing, spiral printing of matrix. What does that mean? Let's say that I have a matrix which looks something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Spiral printing says that you will start with 1, then you move to 2, Then you come down, then you move left, then you come up, and then you do this. So you have to go and print element like this: 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, not 5, not 4. After 3, you should go and print 6, 9. After 9, you should go and print 8. Then you should go and print 7. Then you go and print 4, and then you should go and print 5. When you go and print in this order, this is called as spiral printing or spiral traversal of a matrix. Sir, I'm pretty sure, if you are able to solve all the problems of the today's session, you can proudly say that all the concepts of the for loop is done. And if you're not able to solve it, don't worry. Just make sure that you have understood all the problem. You are able to write the code and get the answer out. Fair? So this is how I go and do the spiral printing. How do I write the logic? Right? Let's say that, for example, if it is a bigger matrix, something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. How the spiral printing will look like? First this, then all this, then all this, then you come here, then you go here, then you come here, then you come here. So the element will be printed as 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 8, then 12, then 16, then 15, then 14, then 13, then 9, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 11, then 10. This is how it works. This is the spiral order, spiral traversal. Am I clear with the question to you people? Is all of you clear what the question is all about? Are you guys clear with the question? Are you guys clear with the question, people? How do we solve it? What should be the logic? Can you guys put that into the comments? I just want to hear you people out. What should be the logic? Put that into the comments. How do I go and solve it? What should be the logic? How can I dance? Right? I'm moving left. I'm moving here. I'm moving down. I'm moving up like this. I'm moving in this way. How can I do it? How to traverse this way? Isn't it amazing questions? Are you not feeling amazed? Tell me. Is this not an amazing question? Any thoughts? How do we go and solve this question? How do I go and solve this problem? Any thoughts? Any logics? Anyone in the class who helps me understand the logic? Shout out for that person. Can you just put that into the comments? Okay. So if we try to analyze the problem, what we understand that my approach is that I have to first move right, then I have to move down, then I have to move left, and then I have to move up. This is the sequence of the steps that I have to do. And this I have to again go and repeat. Right? I move right, I come down, I move left, and I move up. See, Avatar, the approach that you are telling, you are hard coding for the value 3, but the problem might not be for a 3 by 3 matrix. It could be by 4 by 4, it could be for 5 by 5. So whatever the logic that you're writing, it should be generic. So the generic logic is that I always have to iterate right, then down, then left, and then up. This is what I have to do it. That's one point. And second is that element printed should not be traversed again. The element which has already been printed, you should not go and traverse it again. That's the point number 2. This is the whole logic, right? Let's say that, let's try to see this in action. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So first of all, what I go and do? I go and traverse to the right. So all these elements are done. I go and traverse the right. Then I go and traverse down. Now 3 is already done. So I should not do this. So I should start from 6. And I'm traversing down. Since I'm already done with 6 and 9, I don't want to print again. So I have to start from the 8. And then I have to move left. And since it is already done, then I'll go and start with the 4. Right? And I have to move in the up direction. And after I'm done with this, I'm again repeating. I'll start with the next, which is again the right. And then there's no element left. So I always move in this sequence. And then I go and let's take another example and let's try to know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This is my 2-dimensional array. Now, boss, what I go and do? First of all, I go and move from the left to right. I move to the right. Once I'm done with this, I don't want to repeat. I will always start with the next, which is not reached. So I go down. Once I'm done this, I'll start from here and I'll go to the left. And then I'll again, for the remaining elements, I go up. One cycle completed. Then again, I move right. Then I go and move down. So this, you can see, then I move to the left, which is left, right? And I'm done with all of. So every time I know that I have to first move right, then I have to go and move down, then I have to move left, then I move up, and I have to continue this till any element left. That's number 1. And number 2, one element shouldn't be traversed twice. I should not be traversing the same element twice. Am I clear till this point, guys? Does it make sense? Very nice binary. Fair. Am I clear till this point? So now on this thought process, if I try to go and extend my thoughts, I have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have to move from here to here and here to here. So I have 4 extremities, right? So this could be my left. This could be my right. Right? And then this could be also my top and this could be my bottom. Are you getting my point? So in the left to right, I have a left pointer, I have a right pointer. Or in bottom to down, I have a top pointer and I have a bottom pointer. And I should keep on doing it till the time left value is less than equals to right value. And top value is less than equals to bottom value. Till the time this condition holds true, I should continue doing this. Let's try to understand with the help of an example. Let's say that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In the very beginning, if I go and try to see the index, so this is 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. Okay. So if I go and try to see here, left in the beginning is at the index 0 and right is at the beginning index equals to 2. Similarly, top, if I go and talk about top and the index value is 0 and the bottom at the index 2, right? This is my top and this is my left. This is my right and this is my bottom. Fair enough. Firstly, what I want to do, I want to move from left to the right. So when I go and do this, I keep this row fixed, right? So I keep the value of the top fixed, right? So what I go and do that, I might move from the top. When I go and do this, I move from the matrix. Let me go and call this matrix. Matrix top value I keep fixed, and then I move from 0th value and I move to the matrix top, and I go till what point? Till the right index. So the very first iteration, what I go and do that, I move from here to here. So for that, I'll need to write a for loop. But once I'm done, my top, this whole length is done. I'm done with the top. So I can go and say that my top value has been incremented. So my top value now has become equals to 1. Once I have done all these elements, my top is done. Once it is done, then I need to move down, boss, and start from this. So my top value has become this. So when I move down, I have to move from which index this value should be equals to 1, which is the top value, right? If I have to go and talk about, I have to start from the 1, and this value becomes fixed, which is equals to the right. So I have to move from this till matrix value, which is equals to top till the bottom. I have to come, and the right value is fixed. So when I come here, all this is done. If it is done, then my right value has to be decremented because this right is done. So right value is now decremented to the 1. Once I'm done, then I have to move to the left here in the left direction. So I have to start from the map. What is this value? This value should be equals to the 1 minus right. So this value should start with the value of 1. And the value is bottom. Right? This is the bottom. And you should go to the map value. What is this value? To this value till this point, which is the left, and the bottom is fixed. So you move from here to here. So when you move to here, this line is also done. So what do? You go and increment the value of bottom plus plus. So the bottom value, bottom is value is reduced because it goes up. So the bottom value becomes equals to 1. Then you have to move up. So when you move up, you have to start from which value? Bottom value has reduced to up. So you have to start from this value, which is 1, and this value is fixed, which is equals to the left. And you have to go till this value, right? So again, after you are done with this, you will have to go and do the left plus plus. So this way I have to go and do the transition. So let's do one thing. Let's try to write the code for this, and then we do the dry run of it. When we do the dry run of it, it will make all the concept clear. It's a tough question, sir. It's not an easy question. So if you are able to find it tough, it's perfectly normal. Nothing wrong in you. Everyone in this world who is trying to solve this problem, they have find this question tough. So that's perfectly normal for all of us. Fair enough? Let's get started and try to solve this problem. So let me go and open my code. And let me go and define a function. And let me go and call it as function print spiral order. Okay. And now what we need to do is that I have to go and define few the top. So first of all, let's see that let's base condition. If the matrix dot length is equals to 0, it means that I can do anything. So I should just simply go and return. Fair enough. If that is not the case, I have to go and define. No, I told that I'll have to go and define these things. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is my left. This is my right. This is my bottom. Right? So I have to go and define this is also my top. So I have to go and define all these four variables: left, right, bottom. Right? So what do I go and write? I go and say that let left equals to 0, right equals to whatever this matrix 0 dot length minus 1. Okay, and I go and say let top equals to 0 and bottom equals to met dot length minus 1. I hope all of you are clear on these two lines. I hope all of you people are clear with these two lines of the code that I have written. Is everyone clear? Try to see the synergy from the diagram, the number that you see on the right side of the screen. Is everyone clear? Guys and girls, is everyone clear on this? What is left, what is right, what is top, what is bottom? Fair. So now I have to start writing the code. Right? So what I go and do now is that I go and write this while condition. So I go and say that boss while top value is less than equals to bottom and left is less than equals to right. I go and say that while top is less than equals to bottom and left is less than equals to right. First what I go to, I'll move right. Then I'll have come down from right. Then I'll move left from the bottom. And then I should move up from the left. This is how the sequence should be. Move right, come down from the right, move left from the bottom, and then move up from the left. This should be the sequence. Right? This is how it should be. Let me put the reference here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have to move first of all right. So when I have to move right from the left from the top, so this row is fixed. And then I'm jumping. So the column is moving. Row is fixed. What is this row? This row is my top. This row is top. And what is moving is the value of the columns, whose maximum value could be the right itself. So what I can go and write here, if I have to move right, I can say that for I equals to left, and then I value is less than equals to right, and then I go and say that I plus plus, I have to move from left to the right. And during this time, I have to go and print the elements. So I go and say that console.log. During this time, I have to put the element matrix. And in this matrix, I have to go and find the top row. So the value should be the top row, and it should be the I. I should go and print this. After I'm done with this entire for loop, guys, please focus. After I'm done with the entire for loop, this top row will be done. So if the top row will be done, I should go and increment the value of the top row. So after doing this, what I should go and ideally do, I should go and say that top plus plus. Fair? Now what I need to do, I need to come down from the right. So I'm here. I'm here. So I'm done with this. Now top value is equals to 1, right? And I have to come till this point. From the top to the bottom, I have to come. I have to come from the top to the bottom. So I write here. So I go and write here for I equals to top, and I key value is less than equals to bottom, right? I give value less than equals to bottom, because I have to come from the top to the bottom, and I go and say that I plus plus. In this case, the column remains the same. So I go and print console.log matrix I, and the value of the j is right. Now, when I go and print this, when I'm done with this loop, I'm done with this row also. It means that my right is also done. So what I'll do this after this, I should go and decrement the value of my right. Right value should be decremented. So what I go and do here, I should go and write here, right minus minus. Then what I need to do, I need to move from the right to the left. Once I'm done, I have to move from here. I have to move from the right to the left. So I go and write the code for, at this point of the time, right value has, at this point of the right value is decreasing, right? So at this point of a time, if still my top is less than equals to bottom, then I should go and continue, and I can go and say that for I equals to right, I is greater than equals to left, I minus minus. What I should go and do that, I could go and say that console.log, and I would say that array bottom, and then this should be I. And if I'm done with this, then typically I'm done with the last bottom also, right? So what should happen? The bottom value should increment, right? It should come up. So after I'm done with this, I should go and write bottom minus minus. So what should I do? I go and up, and after this for loop, I should go and write bottom minus minus. And then I have to move what? I have to move from the bottom to the up to the left, right? So again, if I go and say that, if now still this point left value is less than equals to right, then I should move up. So I go and write for I equals to bottom, I value is less than, I is bottom and I value is greater than equals to top, and I go and say that I minus minus, and I go and say that console.log, and I should go and say that mat I so I have to move up, so I have to go and change this, and the value should be of the left. And after doing this, the left value should be incremented to plus plus. Now, once I've done this, and if this entire for loop complete, this while whole loop completes, this entire while loop completes, what should I can do? I'm done typically, right? I'm done. So if I go and try to run this code now, let's try to run this code and see if it works. It's a complex problem. Let's see, fingers crossed, if this works. So let me go and define this array here called as, I have this matrix. Let me go and bring it up. Right, and I have to go and print spiral order, right? So I'm going to print spiral order, and let me go and pass the matrix here. Let's see how it works. Let's go and run this. Okay, there is some error. Let's try to figure it out. What is that? So it is printing 1 2 3 6 9, and then there is a array bottom. There should not be array bottom, right? It should be matrix. It should be mat. Okay, mat. And it should be mat. Let's try to run this again. I have a habit of writing array. So let's see, it says printed 1 2 3 6 9 8 7 4 5. Let's try to see if it is correct. So I have this matrix 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So first of all, it should move in this direction, left to the right, 1 2 3. So it is printed 1 2 3. Then 6 9, it has printed 6 9. Then printed 8 7, it has printed 8 7. Then I have to print 4, it has printed 4. Then it is print 5, so it is print. So I have perfectly correct. Now this is some problem. What I want you people to take away from this is that if you have been able to understand at the first go, great. If not, please watch this once, try to solve this problem, and then please do a dry run. Please don't miss it. Even if you find it tough, it's perfectly fine. It's just initial few days. Give me some time. Give some time to yourself. You try to keep on doing it for the next 1 month. Trust me, all these problems will look very super easy for you people. But this is a very good problem. If you want to have a good command on the for loops, if you want to make sure that I want to go and solve the problems in the interview for any FANG companies, I should be able to solve the problems like this. Fair enough. Is everyone clear, guys? Does it make sense? So with that, I'll say bye to you people and we'll talk about it. The more problems, the more concept. We'll get started with the sorting algorithms, searching algorithms in the next sessions. We'll solve more problem. But till then, thank you. But the good news is, and I want you people to be aware of this, is that if you want to make the best use of the course, if you want to make the best use of this course, make sure that in the comment, in the description section, there will be a community link. Please make sure that you are a part of the community. Why? Because when you be a part of this community, we are sending the notes. Now I'm planning to improve the quality of the notes. You will get a well documented notes about the problems, few extra practice problems, and then you also get the solution problems. And then you have the friends, you have the community, you guys can go and talk. All of this is happening on your phone itself in the WhatsApp. So make sure that if you have not watched be a part of the community, do it now, because I just want to raise the bar how typically the things are taught on the YouTube. So with that, people, thank you everyone. Good night. Have a great week ahead, and I'll keep on seeing you people more often on the YouTube. Thank you everyone. Thanks for the love.